Hello friend, thank you for joining me. My name is Lana and welcome to my channel. What I'm going to talk about today is how to let go of toxic people. And that could be anyone. In my own situation, there's been a lot of people in my life that I've had to let go for various reasons, a lot of close friends and even family members. And I started going on this journey maybe about 10, 15 years ago, and I've slowly been letting people go and just evaluating the friendships. And one of the things that I've discovered, especially with a couple of my very, very close friends, is I was doing more for them than they were doing for me. I was a people pleaser most of my life. I think a lot has to do with trying to please my parents. They were very strict, and it just rolled over to my adult life. There are people in my younger years that I've let go that I probably should have held on to, and there were many people that I just kept around for too many years, and eventually they drained me. And there's also family members that I've had to let go for various reasons. And I've tried over the years, and my daughter has tried over the years to get close to her cousins and her aunts and uncle, but it doesn't work. It hasn't worked for us. And I read an article a few years ago, I can't remember where I read this, but it basically said that when a family has a certain opinion about you, a certain feeling about you, that it's hard for them to shake that. And I realized that's true, because when I've tried to rekindle certain relationships, and my daughter tried to rekindle certain relationships, even though she was picked on and bullied quite a bit, she thought, okay, we're adults now, and, maybe I'll try. Maybe they've grown up. Maybe they've became kinder friends or kinder people. So maybe I'll give it a try. But it's never worked, because it almost seems like some of them became worse. For example, I would never tell any of my family about my YouTube channel, because the last time I did that, it didn't end very well, and I ended up feeling pretty bad. So moving forward, I'm not telling anyone about this channel in order to keep my sanity. Unfortunately, we've just had to let go of people, especially family. My daughter is a lot stronger than I am when it comes to that. Thank goodness. She will not associate herself with certain family members, and she has good reason. They've treated her pretty badly. In fact, it was so bad at one point, and I tried talking to other family members, and it always blew up on my face. I was always the wrong one. So what I ended up doing, I was kind of desperate. I ended up moving to another state to get away. But I was always pulled back into the family, always pulled back. And I realized that, again, I'm just being used. They're not here to see me. They're not here to see my daughter. They're here for other reasons. And it took a while to finally realize that some of these people are I just don't want them in my lives. And I've been pretty strict about it for the last couple of years, especially my daughter. My family was pretty horrible to me, and my nieces and nephews were pretty horrible to my daughter. And she's got a thicker skin than me, and thank goodness she's not a people pleaser. So sometimes you have to make that hard decision. And when I sat down, had conversations with my daughter, and had some conversations with my sisters, and then started really thinking it through, I was going to let go of my three sisters completely, except somehow they always found their way into my life. So I do love my sisters. And one of the things I realized that I had a pretty bad childhood. There was a lot of abuse. And one of the things I realized is that we all grew up in the same family. And even though I received the most abuse, I was the black sheep of the family, I also realized that they grew up in the same family. So I was a little messed up for most of my life, and they're all a little bit messed up as well. So their behavior is not going to ever be what I expect from them, because they were also raised by the same parents. So when I started thinking about that, I realized that they could have been better people. We could have been closer and more loving if we had loving parents. So I have forgiven them. However, I won't allow myself to get too close. I won't allow myself to confide in them on very sensitive things, because it always ends up blowing in my face. But I still want them in my life under certain conditions. And it doesn't even have to be a condition that I even have to explain to them. It's just, I just won't open myself up, and I won't do certain things. So with that, I have more peace in my life. I still have my sisters in my life, but I'm not letting my whole self into it. And I'm not going to be a people pleaser. And so far, I have more sanity. I'm so much happier now because I'm not a part of the family drama any longer. And when I talk to certain family members, I'll hear about the drama, and I will let them talk and let them vent and try to make them feel good. But I'm also thankful I'm not part of that drama. I don't like drama. I like a simple life. I like to surround myself with positive people who lift me up, who we all lift each other up and not bring each other down. There was a lot of that in my childhood, and I refuse to have that in my life now that I'm retired. And I'm trying to show more respect for myself. It's been a journey, and I'm happy that I'm getting there, and I've put my foot down without actually having to say anything to anyone. So I still have people in my life, but within my own conditions. We have a very small family. I actually have a huge family, lots of nieces and nephews and extended family members, in-laws, so on and so forth, like most people do. But I keep my family that I see on a regular basis very small. But we all care about each other. We care about each other very much. And we all support each other. And it's just been, the quality of my life has been so much better because of that. And I don't have any regrets. I feel like I have the best of both worlds. And I'm just grateful to my family, my daughter, my son-in-law, his mother, who I'm very close to, and my beautiful grandsons. There's not a whole lot more I could ask for. So I hope you can relate to this. Let me know if you can add to that, if you're going through family issues, if you're letting go of lifelong friends. Let's share that together. Until next time, thank you for watching.